You take a look at the percentage numbers. If you add together Cuomo's percentage total and Sliwa's percentage total, you get 49.5. Mamdani's at 49.6, so that would put them almost even. Not to suggest that every Sliwa voter would have necessarily gone to Andrew Cuomo, but that just goes to show the dynamics at play here with a three-person race. So Mamdani is ahead. We can give you a breakdown by borough. Brooklyn is where Mamdani is really routing Andrew Cuomo. He's running away with it here in the city's largest borough. He's got a 23-point lead over Andrew Cuomo with 58.4% of the vote. Mamdani also leads in Queens, although it's a little bit closer. Also ahead in Manhattan by about 9 points. And then this was a surprise to me in the Bronx. The Bronx is actually where Andrew Cuomo did the best in the primary.
Spectre News New York won with their coverage of the election night. We have a winner declared in the New York City mayoral race. The Associated Press is projecting tonight that Zohran Mamdani, Democratic Socialist, becomes the first Muslim mayor of the largest city in the United States, New York City. Joining us as part of our election night coverage is Evan McMorris-Santoro of Notice News. And Evan McMorris-Santoro called already for Zohran Mamdani. He was leading in the polls heading into tonight. We were listening to Spectrum New York One analysis there showing that his lead had tightened a little bit over Andrew Cuomo. And if you break down the vote right now on your screen, Zohran Mamdani has the check mark from the Associated Press with 69% of the vote in.
It's such it's a smaller number than you would have expected looking at these early results as they come in. Of course, things are going to change as we get to the final vote. But this is a huge deal, the fact that this guy won the way he won. You're going to hear a lot of people say, it's New York, it doesn't count, it doesn't matter, nothing. The rest of the country isn't like this. The reality is this is a guy who nobody knew had ever heard of. He had no experience. He started with 0% of the vote, and he built a political machine sort of slowly over the course of months and months and defeated the Democratic establishment's pick in Andrew Cuomo, who obviously was a very damaged candidate in and of himself, and then comes in and defeats those guys again, despite the president saying, I'm going to come into the city and make life really hard for you if you vote for this guy. There's a lot that he has to do as a politician now moving forward. It's a big job, mayor. It's a very different job than a lot of other political jobs. But from the politics end of this, what we have seen the left be able to do in New York in terms of building a machine, new voters that we haven't seen before, different coalitions that we've seen before, this is going to have a lasting effect on what's going to happen in 2026. You're going to see people try to replicate this in other races and in other places. And I really think that this is a huge, huge moment, this win that we see tonight.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.